Hello, all you wonderful people out there, and welcome to box 7 of our 45 RPM vinyl records collection. And we're starting off with a couple of interesting 45 versions. Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas. The album version was 5 minutes 22 seconds long, and its 45, as you can see, is 3 minutes and 26 seconds long. So it's a considerably different version of the song. It's edited, it's cut down, it's the same recording, but it's different, and if you know the song well, you'll definitely pick up on the differences. B-side on that being Questions of My Childhood. The next one is the same type of situation here. We've got Styx's Come Sail Away 45 version. The album ran 6 minutes and 7 seconds. This one runs 3 minutes and 10 seconds. And right away at the very beginning, it's shortened by an entire measure. So you definitely notice the difference in this edit as well. And the B side of that one being Put Me On. Now I do have copies of this Styx 45, the Come Sail Away, that is the full album version. Pretty sure I've got a Kansas one that's the full album version as well. So in reissues for 45s, for jukeboxes most likely, it was issued in the album versions. Now this one's really cool because, as you can see, it's a clear yellow vinyl. And Grand Funk, not Railroad in this particular case, but Grand Funk. We're an American band, and everybody knows that song really well. And I know them as Grand Funk Railroad, no matter what they were calling themselves at the time. And the B side of that was Creepin'. But I just think that vinyl looks so cool, and it's in such a great shape. Really, really nice to have in the collection there. And moving on, we've got another rather interesting one here. Y&T, if you're familiar with the band Y&T, they were out of California. I loved Y&T. They did a lot of good things. And they started out as Yesterday and Today, and eventually I think they did 2 albums under that name before shortening it to just Y&T, which still stood for Yesterday and Today. But here is the studio version of Summertime Girls, and the B-side of that one is the live version. So that's kind of cool. I always like to get 45s like that have the live version on one side and the studio version on the other. And here's another really good, interesting one to have. Blackfoot, Train, Train, rolling on down that line. I really liked Blackfoot. They had Strikes was their best album, but they had a couple of really good albums. I remember seeing them at the Rocky Mountain Jam here. They were filling. They weren't supposed to be there, but somebody dropped out. I can't remember who it was that dropped out. It might have been House of Lords, but don't hold me to that. But the very first Rocky Mountain Jam here, they filled in for a band that dropped out at the last minute. So I wasn't expecting to see them, so that was a big surprise for me, having liked the band. B-side of that being Baby Blue, again off of the Strikes album. So, very, very cool. And next up, we've got an Aerosmith one here. And this one's rather interesting because this is their 1978 version, remake of the Beatles song Come Together, which was on the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band movie soundtrack, which the Beatles didn't really take part in, but just about everyone else in the industry did. This was the first song on side 4 of that movie soundtrack, actually, and released as a single. It hit number 23 on the Billboard Hot 100. Yes, you can tell I looked this one up because I wanted to figure out what was going on here, because while we've got a 1978 track on that side, which clearly would have been the A side, we've got Kings and Queens, which is a very well-known, good Aerosmith song off of Draw the Line, which was 1977, the year before. So that right there would have cued you in that this was going to be the B side and the other one was going to be the A side. But Come Together here does not state that it's from the Sgt. Pepper soundtrack, and usually, well, fairly often, a lot of soundtrack songs do have another song by a different artist on the B side. And just in case you are not aware of the movie that I'm talking about, this is the one I'm talking about right here. Starred Peter Frampton and the Bee Gees, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And I just pulled this out and wanted to show it just in case people weren't aware. And they even discuss how, you know, it's got 24 incredible Beatles covers, and Steve Martin was in it, Aerosmith, Alice Cooper plays a really great part in that film. And this is a really good DVD version of it. If you are interested in that film and want to see it, I definitely recommend giving it a viewing, because there's a lot of people in it, and it is kind of neat, kind of a neat film. So moving on, getting back to the 45s, we got Foreigner doing "Dirty White Boy," which is a song of theirs that I really liked. They had a lot of really great songs. This was one of them. And on the B side of that, even though it's a really terrible looking copy, "Rev on the Rev Line," which is another good song off of Head Games. You can tell it's got something on it here. It definitely needs some cleaning, a little bit of work, and whatever they got on it damaged that label. But the A side there, in really good shape and looks just fine. And now here's one that takes me back to basic training. Night Ranger doing "Sister Christian." And I really remember fond memories of this one, because a really hot chick asked me to dance to this down at the club one night. And every time I hear this song, I think of that moment. It's funny how you can associate just one brief moment in your life or one thing to a song. And that's another reason why I kind of don't like music videos, because I would rather have the song associated to a memory of my own. But anyways, getting back to the point here, Night Ranger's B-side to that was "Chippin' Away," which it says was also off of the same Midnight Madness album. And moving on, I think we have covered "American Woman" by the Guess Who, but I do believe that this has a different B-side than what we've shown in a previous episode. So I wanted to make sure to cover it, just in case, one, we didn't cover it, and two, to make sure I cover this B-side, which is "No Sugar Tonight," which is another really great song by the Guess Who. Both of these songs were on their greatest hits. So, and that's kind of a different looking sleeve. Sometimes I get a little too fast and don't really show the sleeves as well as I would like to, but I try. 99 cents for this guy. Back when it came out, Sweet doing "Ballroom Blitz." And again, we may have covered this one, but I've got a couple of them here in a row, so I wanted to make sure and touch base on it again. The A side on that being "Restless," and this is another one where you can see they didn't quite get the label centered up real well on that guy. And the next one up, which again is another Sweet, is "Fox on the Run." I had two identical copies of this one, and I was going to show it, but I've been starting to pull some of the duplicates out, and I put it in the other box. It has a brighter colored label, but it is the exact same other than just kind of the coloring. So we got "Fox on the Run," and on the B side of that, we've got "Burn on the Flame." Now our third Sweet one here, and the reason why I wasn't too concerned about whether or not I duplicated was because we've got a completely different edition of "Fox on the Run" by Sweet here. It's even got the originally released date, October 1975. This is, and look at how badly they cut that label up. They didn't do a very good job of lining up the artwork for that one either, did they? But what was on the B side of that? "Ballroom Blitz." Isn't that interesting? So I thought that was kind of cool, and it gives you the April 75 as the original release date on that one. So that's kind of interesting. That one actually would have been before. "Ballroom Blitz" came out before "Fox on the Run. But I like "Fox on the Run." I like "Ballroom Blitz." They're both great songs. Here's another really great song by a really great band. "Feel Like Making Love" by Bad Company. We had a free one recently. Paul Rogers sang for both Free and Bad Company, and a lot of people believe that song is a Bad Company song. But this one's when he was with Bad Company for sure. And here on the B side of that, we've got "Wildfire Woman" on the Swan Song. Gotta love that That Swan Song logo. I almost got a tattoo once, and that's what it was going to be. I was going to get that, but it didn't happen. And to this day, I am still ink free. And nothing against tattoos, just commenting about my personal experience there, that's all. So here we got Steve Miller, Rockin' Me. What a great Steve Miller song that was off of Fly Like an Eagle, huh? And nice, somebody got it for 10 cents. I don't think it was me. I think I bought it in a box. Some of these boxes that I have been consolidated too. I've put smaller boxes together and larger boxes, so it's hard for me to remember when I actually purchased something, especially when it's been so long ago. And here we got Shoo-ba-doo, Do Mama Mama on the B-side. I'm not doing a very good job of singing that one, but that's okay. That one was also off of The Joker and not Fly Like an Eagle, so that's one of those cases where you've got two songs from two different albums on a 45. Which here we've got Styx from A&M, which was very well known for doing just that exact same thing. Blue Collar Man, Take Those Long Nights and Impossible Odds. Tommy Shaw song off of Pieces of 8. And on the B side of that, see, we've got Superstars from The Grand Illusion. So there's another prime example of just what we were talking about. The Steve Miller was Capitol, and this is A&M, but A&M's one in particular that's really well known for doing that A-side, B-side off of different albums. So that brings us to the end of this episode. Plenty more in this box to show you, so be sure to come on back for part 2.